Hey guys, it's Kam Kinchens here. Just wrapped up week 9 against the Seahawks. Welcome to the review. After coming off of 2 wins already, we just trying to stack the wins together. And Coach McVay said every streak starts at 1, and we got 1 down, then we got 2 down, and we was ready for 3. That just came with just having a great week of practice and preparation. My role coming into the game was kind of small. It was just more special teams, just kind of doing, helping out where I can help out at. And for the team, we like to be intentional on getting the ball, on getting takeaways as far as the defense. Offense, we don't really, I guess, speak as a, offense and defense, but when it's a whole team, it's just going out there and executing. I think that's the biggest thing. And then with defense, like I said, it's just going out there and taking the ball away. Yeah, so going into the game, we knew there was a pass-heavy team. They was top of the league in passing attempts. So going into the game, we was coming out in a lot of secondary, heavy kind of formation. So we was in a lot of nickel and a lot of dime. And we knew that Kenneth Walker was a great running back, one of the, great running backs in the league, young running backs. And they was going to try to feature him a lot since DK was out. So we just knew we had to hit the run game in the mouth and make sure, we didn't get no signs of hope with that. So we could kind of sit back and play the coverage that we wanted on the back end, and let our D-line rush. Jalen, a.k.a. Tank, that's what we call him. We call him Tank. But he's been great. Wherever the ball at, he where the ball at, or the ball find him. It's either one or the other. And he's going to always end up with the ball in his hands, every time he's on the field. So it was just great. And, it was one of those things. It was very shabby on the back end. They didn't have too many, holes to throw in or any places to throw at. So with that being said, when he found that little seam and they made a mistake by tipping the ball into the air, we get all tips and overthrows. So that was great. It was kind of hard for the coaches and the leaders to kind of express it, because we played about a great first quarter, and then the second quarter was great until we got to those last 5 minutes, and we just had a bunch of mental mistakes, jumping off sides, giving up the ball on offense, and defense not capitalizing on stuff and giving up 2 touchdowns at the end of the half. So it was one of those things like we've been playing good, but it's not our best ball. Plus we got to eliminate those those extra and very critical mistakes. So that was the biggest thing. Just go out there and just play to our standard every play. I had a cut split on my side in the boundary. So you already know most of the time the running back's going to come out. It was a 3-by-1. It was only one receiver to my side. The running back's probably going to come out. So that's an opportunity for me to kind of take him out the play kind of early, get to him, and then able to do, the things they kind of brought me to LA to do, just to make plays and kind of be instinctual. So after I got my, my job done, which is to cover the running back coming out the backfield to the flats, I kind of handed open, reading the quarterback, and you can see the kind of pressure coming to him from the D-line. So, you just hoping he make a mistake. And, as the scramble drill starts and you guys start to run across the field, I feel something come from the back end. I come across and he just throws the ball short. So I was kind of nervous because, it's my first pick. I didn't catch a pick in the NFL game yet. So it was kind of make sure you catch it. So you can kind of see I'm kind of kneeling down on one knee to catch the ball. I wish I was mic'd up because it was just a lot going through my mind, and I was saying all type of stuff. So when I first started running the ball, in my mind I'm thinking, okay, let's find us an open lane so we can go for 6. And then after I see Geno coming and I see BY, got the block cleared out, I could either go right or left depending on what Geno do. So when I cut back, it's like, okay, let's go. So I'm just in my head, just let's go. And then I get to probably like midfield, 40-yard line on our side. And I'm like, and it comes to a realization like, oh my God, this is my first pick. So I'm in my head, I'm just in my head saying, oh, first pick. I'm going to go for a touchdown. And then, just running. And then you just got that instinct in the back of your head just to keep looking behind you. I was just happy they didn't have DK Metcalf because that's the only person that kind of feared, running me down. So once, just kept running. And then I got to the end zone. I thought I dropped the ball a little too early, so I made sure to pick it back up. And then on the stat sheet, they said I got a fumble loss and fumble recovery. So, I had to make sure I got that done. it's crazy because I had a 99-yard pick six before, so it was nothing crazy to me. But with the NFL, I had the same thing in college and in high school. It was just when you first get in there, you just so eager for that first pick, and then it was the first game I wasn't really, so I guess driven on getting that first pick. It was just going out there to play football. When I got the opportunity in the second half to go out there, it wasn't, pick wasn't on my mind. It was just to go out there and play a clean, no mistake game of football. I think the biggest thing with making big plays like that, and everybody's kind of happy for you and stuff like that, I kind of try to stay into my inner circle, with my family that's gonna always be there for me, wrong or right. It's great to see the fans, congratulating you and stuff like that. And you don't try to listen to the media too much because just how it could, be good for you, it could be bad for you real quick. So you try to keep, level head. Yeah. So on the first pick, I was kind of in a little, like a little movie scene. I didn't really know what was going on. So I dropped the ball like 3 times, and I ended up forgetting the ball somewhere. And then the second one, I made sure to hold on. Because, before the season started, my uncle was like, the first pick I catch, he said I could keep it for myself. And then he was like, the second one he wanted. So when I caught it and I was on the ground, I was like, oh, yeah, I can't let this one go. This is my uncle. So I made sure to hold on to it tight, got to the sideline, and gave it to the EQ. First, it was just a critical drive. It was on the sideline at 1 second, getting ready for the punt to happen. The next thing we know, it got blocked. So once the punt got blocked, it was just kind of one of those things. Okay, damage control. Go out there. No touchdowns at all. At the most, give a field goal up, but we don't want to give up that either. So just going out there, and then when that play happened, it was just they kind of get into those personnels where you got those cutters, and you got the tight end going behind the line of scrimmage so they can mess with your eyes, and all thanks to Q. Before the play happened, Q was on our side because it was a 3-by-1 call, and all he just kept saying is, "Good eyes, just look at your work." So as he left, it came into just lock in on your guy. Don't worry about what else going on. He gonna take you to where I need to go. As soon as I seen him go behind the line of scrimmage, I was like, okay, let's go. I already knew a play was coming. I knew they wasn't gonna run the ball. They was gonna try to do the wide behind the line of scrimmage, throw it to him. And then Geno just made a mistake once the pressure came in his face by Fitz and Hoyt. Opportunity showed itself, and I had to capitalize. Ever since the whole season started, Coach McVay just been honing in on that competitive endurance, and it just outlasting the opponent. We had a similar game against the Lions at the beginning of the year where we just came out short. Just in overtime, they kind of did what they wanted to do at the end of the game, and they just ran the ball. But then we get into this game, against Seattle, division game, overtime. Once again, they driving down the field. But when it came down to it, and Seahawks could have kicked the field goal easily, but they try to test our competitive endurance. And we just want to show them that we want this game a little bit more than y'all do. Just having Matt Stafford, giving him the ball back is almost like a breath of relief for real, because he gonna go out there and give everything he got every snap. He's just a tough person, and he don't break a sweat when any threat comes near. He don't flinch when anything comes. So when it was time for him to show up, he gonna show up, and you could just tell like from that play, the first throw when he threw it to Tyler Johnson when it was almost a close pick and Tyler Johnson made the play. You didn't see him hesitate on any other throw. He was still the same guy he was from the first play. So, and then just having the guts to even throw the ball to D-Rod when all we needed was a field goal, that was crazy. And for D-Rod to kind of put a stamp on the game with a one-hand touchdown and close out the game is crazy and wild. You couldn't ask for a better ending. The tone setter, you got to go Jalen. He's number one. Just coming into the game, before that game, he wasn't getting too many snaps. He was getting some snaps on third and long, and he making a play. He had a bigger role this game. And once again, he came clutch and got us a pick. Next, I gotta go Fitz. Fitz causing havoc. That was his come out game right there. He was just in the backfield almost every play. Everything just started to connect this game, just completing the sacks and the tackles for losses. And then the third is, but deserve third. He probably could go for first. Is D-Rob. 2 touchdown game again. That's 2 in a row. You can't complain with that. And then the walk-off touchdown, which is incredible. The biggest takeaway is us showing we can fight. Things ain't gonna always go our way in the game, and we know that. But it's just not backing down from anything and just keep going. We might get punched in the mouth a few times, but you got to keep swinging. And we really showed that. And I think my personal takeaway is just keep stacking. Once again, everything ain't gonna go your way, or ain't gonna go how you want it to go, or ain't gonna be on the timing you want it to be. But you got to just keep grinding. It's gonna just all come together. Going to the Dolphins, Jalen Waddle, of course Tyreek Hill, Odell, then you got Raheem Mostert, Devon Achane, you got Tua leading the offense. That's a lot of weapons. And, you can see every week they're starting to get more comfortable and more better with Tua returning. So what I think is just being intentional. Just being intentional on our plays and the things and the clues they give us to, have a jump on their plays. And another thing is they're throwing the ball, so another game for us to get some turnovers, and help our offense out. This is gonna be my first game going against him. I'm excited to go against him. One of the best receivers in the league. All you can do is respect him. So as a safety, it's more just trying to keep him underneath you. He's a speedster. He'll run past you in the blink of an eye. But you got to keep a cap on the defense. So you're just trying to contain him. With Tua being a great quarterback, it's all about just changing up looks and making stuff look like other things. Of course, with him being a great quarterback, once the play starts, he's going to diagnose what we in, and try to find his keys. But we're going to try to make that look as cloudy as possible to him so we can kind of make some plays on him. And that's a wrap for Rearview. Stay tuned throughout the NFL season to see more insights on the NFL players.